This is it, the showdown, the final stop on the 1985 Road to the Bassmasters Classic, the Florida Invitational here on Lake Okeechobee. What we'll see today is more than just another Bass Angler Sportsman Society tournament. It's that last tournament of the 85 qualifying meets, and for many of these bass anglers, it's the last chance to add the points that can win them an invitation to the Bassmasters Classic. And for the one angler here this week, there's that one added distinction of winning the Bass Angler of the Year title, the award that goes to the angler who's the best of the best at the season's end. It's the most exciting last chapter we've ever had in the bass competitions. Stay with us. The Bassmasters will be right back.
There's a bass out there ready for the record book. A shark. A walleye. Now you've got the line to land them. Stren Class Line. We make it as strong as IGFA rules will let us. Any stronger, it would be disqualified. They're waiting. Stren Class Line from DuPont. Come, rewrite the record book with Stren.
To be perfectly honest, I can't tell you I catch fish every time I go fishing. And I can't tell you that every time I use fish formula, I catch them. But I can promise you, on the slow days, it definitely helps me catch bigger fish. I'll stake my reputation on it. And so will these other well-known fishermen.
Hey, let me tell you something. Fish formula works. Under all sets of situations, it'll help you increase your odds of catching big fish like this.
At Ranger, people are important. People like Garland Hurst and Randy Hopper that have helped build every boat. That kind of experience is hard to beat. Because we fish, we listen to our friends who own Ranger boats. Their ideas frequently are the best ones. Most of our boats are still being used, and we've been building them over 15 years. That Ranger quality goes into each boat we build, one boat at a time.
Lake Okeechobee, a shallow, sprawling 750-square-mile weed and grass-infested lake in South Florida, and the scene for the last chapter of the Classic Quest. It's here the top 35 anglers on the Bassmaster Tournament Trail will win a berth to the World Championship of Professional Bass Angling, the Bassmasters Classic. And it's also on this giant lake that the Angler of the Year will be crowned, an honor many feel is of even greater prominence than the Classic crown.
Oh, he's going under
Larry Nixon, two-time winner of this award, leads the Angler of the Year race by 13 pounds, 15 ounces going into this last tournament. But he's well aware that it's never over till it's over.
Bass. This year, I'm definitely going to have to catch fish because it's here in Florida on big fish waters. The fishermen in second and third place are very knowledgeable fishermen. They know these waters well, and one of the three, or one of them two guys, is going to catch fish. So as to how many fish I have to catch to hold out this time, I would say I've probably got to catch at least 25 pounds to have a chance at remaining Angler of the Year, and more than likely I'm going to have to catch 30 to 35 pounds. I know that my practice has been awful tough. I haven't done near as well as I thought I could do on this lake, so really, as far as me being sure of myself about winning it again, I couldn't say that I'm real certain that I will. I'm going to give it my best shot, and hopefully fishing's been just as tough on the other two guys, and they'll have just as rough a time catching fish as I'm going to have.
Second-ranked angler Denny Brower, coming off a win at Chickamauga Lake, is a threat, as is all-time great Roland Martin. Even though Martin is 21 big pounds back of Nixon, he's fishing his home lake, an advantage many say. But other favorites have not fared well on their home court. Here, though, knowledge of the water is more important than on many lakes. Okeechobee is big, and it's dotted with fish-holding rock piles and reefs miles from her shores. Many of these fish-holding areas are known only by the natives, the locals who fish the lake on a regular basis. Locals like Roland Martin. The Clewiston, Florida angler has favorite areas miles from the weedy banks. He uses Loran, a seagoing navigation system, to pick his way from point A to a hotspot, maybe 30 miles distant. He's considered an expert on this lake and flatly states before the tournament that he's going for it all, win or lose. Okeechobee, hard hit by Florida's drought, is at its lowest level in years. Much of the lake is only a foot or two deep, and you can now walk and kick dust on thousands of acres that were once underwater. This has concentrated the bass and made them accessible. It's also concentrated other inhabitants of this Everglades country, and some of them even act like black bass.
Got it. Woo!
Boy, I got me a hog. Oh, he's coming up to jump. Get him, look at the size of that dude. Here he goes. Look at the chompers on that dude.
While B.A.S.'s tournament rules allow only artificial lures to be used to catch the bass, the favorite technique here on Okeechobee for catching trophy fish is fishing wild shiners. Because of the low water and the accessibility of fishermen to fish, the harvest of trophy-sized bass has been greater during 1985 than possibly any other year. Even though the lake holds tremendous numbers of trophy bass, only so many can be harvested before the population becomes endangered. As a result of this conservation awareness, some marinas like Roland Martin's here in Clewiston have policies forbidding guides to kill fish over a certain size limit, unless that fish is to become a trophy mount. Instead of harvesting the bass, conservation-minded anglers like Roland Martin encourage picture trophies, an instant photo of fish and angler at the time of the catch.
I have a little marina here in South Florida, here at Lake Okeechobee, and my guides have a new rule. In fact, it's a rule that we instigated this last year. We say we cannot clean or kill a bass over 8 pounds. That was the original rule. Now it's going down to 6 pounds. In fact, we'll not let or allow the guides to kill and clean and fillet a bass over 6 pounds. It's just a sacrilege. We consider that if the person wants that one big trophy fish to mount, that's understandable, because as sportsmen, we need mementos of our sporting achievements. And if he catches a 9-pound bass, it's the biggest bass of his life, he deserves to have it mounted. So we concede that we can mount fish for people, but not to clean no big giant bass. And so now the whole country's kind of going to this, and we've talked to other guides and other marinas, and we're trying to get a voluntary catch and release program going outside of the tournament circuit.
Yeah, I think he's got it. He's got it. Got him? Oh, that's another big one. Don't let him get around that motor. Bring him around this side over here.
I'm working on it. Boy, he is hard.
Don't horse him. Just take your time.
He took me back down.
Let's get this rod out the way. That's a nice one.
He was hard, didn't he? All right, took a little line off. I thought that drag was tight.
Let's bring one around here.
I got it whipped now, I think.
Boy, he got way off that weed line, didn't he? Bring him over
Sure
here.
did.
All right, that's an 8-pound bass there. That is an 8-pound bass right there.
That's a beauty.
Got him right in the mouth, too. You're not going to hurt him at all. That's 8, 8.5, maybe 9.
That's a hell of a nice fish.
Turn him around the other way. Good fish.
Wow.
What are you going to do with him? You want to take his picture and turn him loose?
Let's take a picture.
Turn him loose, okay. Hold him up, hold him, open his mouth up. All right, Tim, we got that forever.
Let him go before we hold on to it.
All right, do that.
Don't go away. The Bassmasters will be right back.
I hope you're enjoying the Bassmasters. Just like these pros on the tournament trail, if you're a bass fisherman, you want to catch more and bigger bass, and that's what the Bass Anglers Sportsman Society is all about. I'm Ray Scott, president of Bass. You know, everything that we do and everything you get as a Bass member has one purpose: to make you a better bass fisherman and to make certain you have more fun doing it. As a member of this organization, you get 9 big issues of Bassmaster, all chock full of information on how to find bass and how to catch them. Each and every issue of Bassmaster is read by more than 2.5 million fishermen all wanting to know how to catch more and bigger bass. In addition to your subscription to Bassmaster, you'll also receive this official membership packet. It includes your own membership card, decal, handbook, and this handsome embroidered patch. And if you join Bass during this special TV offer, I'll send you a free bonus tackle pack worth $6.95. It includes a spool of string line, a bass spinnerbait, a pack of man's worms, and a supply of True Turn brute hooks. That's right, you get a year of Bass plus a free tackle pack for just $15 if you join now. And that's not all. During this special TV offer, I'll send you this book, The Bassmaster's Techniques to Catch Bass, absolutely free. So if you want to know more about how to catch bass and have more fun doing it, you need to be a member of the Bass Angler Sportsman Society. Remember, if you join now, you get a year of Bassmaster magazine, your official membership packet, and all the other Bass membership benefits, plus your free bonus tackle and your free book worth $9.95. All yours for just $15. So pick up the phone right now and call this number, 1-800-543-5500, or write Tackle Pack, P.O. Box Bass, Montgomery, Alabama, 36141. That's 1-800-543-5500. Major credit cards accepted.
Day 1, hot, clear, and calm. The Bassmaster Florida Invitational's 262 anglers can manage less than 4 fish per man. But in any tournament, there's always a name at the top of the leaderboard.
Manuel Spencer coming in with a load, folks. 7 bass, 6 alive. Watch the scale. This is going to be a whopping big bass catch. 25 pounds. 7 ounces, and that is the new leader for the day. Give him a nice hand, folks. That is a whopping bunch of fish. Let's hold up the 2 big bass. Manuel Spencer, we're going to weigh your biggest. I want to see what you got for biggest. But look here, folks. Beautiful fish. Manuel Spencer.
As the curtain for Day 2 of the Florida Invitational opens, the tension increases in the Angler of the Year race. Larry Nixon's lead is clipped in half as Roland Martin moves within 6 pounds 9 ounces of the Texas angler. Denny Brower drops to 3rd, and a whole new ball game starts with the first cast of the second day. Rick Clunn, in 4th place in this tournament the first day, continues to work his shallow water worm pattern around the bulrushes in the monkey box area. The bass are here. It's simply a matter of making them bite. Nixon, who only managed 7 pounds 10 ounces the first day, fights to hold on to his narrowing Angler of the Year lead. Martin, covering huge areas of the lake he knows so well, brought 20 pounds 5 ounces of bass to the scales the first day, and now holds down the number 5 spot in the tournament as the minutes tick by this second day. The bass appear to be on 3 patterns: plastic worms in the pepper grass and bulrushes, topwaters along the edge of grass patches, and crankbaits off structure. With the wind calm and the sun bright, the fish retreat deeper and deeper into the grass and rushes, deeper on structure like Roland Martin is fishing, retreating from the flats to drop-offs. Martin is fishing a narrow ditch 2 feet deeper than the surrounding area. Big fish have been here in practice, but now the heavyweights are hard to come by. Even though a big anchor fish adds important pounds and ounces to a stringer, the average 12-inch legal size fish caught in a B.A.S.S tournament will weigh less than 2 pounds. As the sun-baked anglers head to the weigh-in line, the second day of the Florida Invitational is history. Rick Clunn, with a great catch of 24 pounds 4 ounces, takes over first place, and Roland Martin jumps to second, 7 pounds 6 ounces off the leader's pace. Martin's second day catch shaves Nixon's edge to only 3 pounds 8 ounces in the overall Angler of the Year chase, as the two prepare to do battle the final day. Although there are many great anglers on the B.A.S.S tournament circuit, Roland Martin, with 16 career championships, 8 Angler of the Year awards, and more than $280,000 in earnings, is unquestionably the greatest angler in the history of professional bass angling. In the privacy of his Clewiston, Florida home, preparing for the last and final tournament day of the 85 Tournament Trail, Roland reflects on what Angler of the Year and the coming day means to him.
It's just the one goal that I want to do. I want to keep ahead on that. I want to amass enough total years and 15 or 20 years of fishing. I want to win that enough times that no one will ever win that many times, because that's my goal, to win that every year. And here I am on the eve of this 1985 year. I won it last year, and Larry Nixon is now, just today, 3 pounds and 8 ounces ahead of me. He was 22 pounds ahead of me just 2 days ago. But here it is, the last day of the last tournament of the year. And it's my home lake, it's an advantage for me. I have a few fish found, I'm 3 pounds and 8 ounces away. The career for my year hinges on tomorrow's effort.
The last day, the last chance for Larry Nixon to keep a hold on the coveted Angler of the Year award. The last chance for Rick Clunn to pull a win. For Roland Martin, his last opportunity to win this tournament and the Angler of the Year. And the last chance for Mr. Consistency, Ricky Green, to qualify for his 14th consecutive Bassmasters Classic.
I feel like the pressure is the most I've ever felt, because it's a kind of expected thing after 13 years of doing this to be there. And, I know I'm going to be awful hyper, and I hope I can slow myself down enough for the bites I do get to catch the fish. It's going to be hard not to snatch at them a little harder than I normally would. I'm not fishing that well. I hadn't been fishing enough this year is one of my problems, I feel like. I've been doing more promoting and stuff like that, and I need to fish more. It's taught me a little lesson. But I think that I've got a good shot to get in there again. I'm about 32nd, 33rd place, something like that. I need about 10 pounds today, and hopefully I can get the bites to get that.
Still calm and flat and hot. But there's always a fish somewhere that will bite. Many anglers will stay in this one area the entire day, many of them throwing topwaters in an effort to entice the big bass they know live here. With the abundance of big bass in this lake, a big fish or two can change the total picture very quickly. Rick Clunn continues to work his shallow water pattern along the bulrushes. Although he's fishing the same area and the same type baits as others, he's doing something a little different.
The whole key to this tournament for me has been the pitching and not the flipping. Just that little extra 10 to 20 feet seems like it makes a big difference in your big fish. If you get up here and do a conventional flip, you catch some little fish, but you're not getting hit by big fish. I've been around boats every day. I believe that's probably Hank Parker. He's been here every day. And all of them are doing the conventional flip. And they're catching fish, but they're not catching the big ones. And as shallow as this water is, I think you're getting too close to these big fish and they're moving away from you. So I'm just really using a pitching technique instead of that's been the only subtle thing I've been doing different than the other guys in the area. Now, flipping is basically a two-handed operation, underhanded, much like this right here. But the thing is, you're limited to your distance on your flip, and so your boat has to be a lot closer to the target. Pitching is just an underhand swing of the bait toward your target, and you can gain more distance.
Well, it's going down to the wire for Martin, Clunn, Nixon, and Green. Stay on board. The Bassmasters will be right back for a conclusion so close, the scales can't even measure it.
Introducing Hog Sticker Jigs by LC's Lures, designed by 3-time national champion Charlie Ingram.
I designed the Hog Sticker Jig with large legs on the outside of the skirt and small legs in the center of the skirt. And what this does is allow the jig to fall very slowly and enter the water very quietly. Boy, does it work for me!
Hog Sticker Jigs, available in over 90 colors from LC's Lures of Corbin, Kentucky.
The revolutionary fish formulas are used by the world's best fishermen. Enough said?
At last, the ultimate in fish finding technology, Humminbird's LCR Liquid Crystal Recorder, the depth sounder that bridges the gap between flashers and charts, combining the best features of both. Now the most advanced concepts in sonar are combined with state-of-the-art microcomputer innovations to bring boaters and fishermen more features and more fish-finding versatility than any other depth sounder on the market. LCR, the creation of a new generation from Humminbird.
I'd like for you to meet Ricky Green of Arkadelphia, Arkansas. And I want you to see what this man is putting on the scale. He had to have about 12, 14 pounds to come into the Classic, and watch the scales. All right, that's 2013. Now listen, you are one of the most incredible anglers. I'm looking at a lot of your peers out there, Don Cajano.
Larry Nixon, with one chance left for his Angler of the Year bid, comes to the scales.
All right, folks, here he is, Larry Nixon. Just a second before the scale settles out. Now, we know, I'm going to repeat this very briefly before the scale tallies out.
You're wasting water.
Oh, we ain't going to waste much. I'm going to hold the water on there. You are 3.5 pounds, roughly, ahead of Roland Martin for the Angler of the Year. And, of course, this is going to make the course very tough for Roland, don't you think?
Well as Roland knows this lake, he's probably got about 18 to 20 pound stringers saved up for today, and I don't feel very confident, to be honest.
You don't feel? When is he coming in? You're in the first flight. What flight is he in?
No, it's come out just right. He's probably the last boat in the last flight.
So you'll have to sweat all afternoon?
I'll have to sweat.
All right, here we go. Let's weigh his catch. This is critical, folks. Angler of the Year race with this basket of fish. 14 pounds even. Let's give him a nice hand, Larry Nixon. Tell me this, I know that you're interested in doing well in this tournament, but the Angler of the Year race is vital. It's like winning the Super Bowl and the World Series as far as being the Heisman, perhaps, on the part of a sportsman. What's it mean to you? You won this award before, but what's the Angler of the Year mean to you this year?
Well, there's only one other angler that's ever won it 3 times or more, and that's Roland Martin. So I've got to overcome that obstacle before I ever have a chance of doing as well as Roland has. You know, he's probably the toughest bass fisherman in the world. And boy, I've worked hard this year, and I sure would hate to lose this.
And now, Rick Clunn, the tournament leader and the only B.A.S.S. angler to ever win 3 Bassmasters Classics.
Here he is, folks. The lead of our tournament with 45 pounds, 2 ounces this morning with a limited bass, Rick Clunn. Rick is, he has a man behind him by 7 pounds called Roland Martin. Today's weight for Ricky Clunn, 11 pounds. Watch it.
12.
Give it a sec. Give it. Count of 5. 1, 2. 11 pounds, 15 ounces. Rick, how do you feel right now? I know the pressure's on you on this tournament. It's a lot of money riding on it, and also the reputation that goes with winning it.
Well, I had about a 7-pound lead going over Roland today, so I've got about 18. He'd have about 18 something. And I figured him good for 20 today, so I figured I needed one more good fish. He's very strong on this lake, and there's nothing to get his juices rolling. Not so much the tournament as being so close to winning Angler of the Year again. That's his biggest thing in fishing, and with that, I really expected I had to have about a 15, 16-pound string today. And I never got bit by any other good fish. You know, I really didn't lose any fish today. I fished the same water. I really, I got every fish that I thought hit me today, so I really don't feel too bad, even though I wish I would have got one more big one.
Well, whatever happened, we'll know in a few minutes, but...
There is only one man left who can decide the outcome of this tournament. And the Angler of the Year race, Roland Martin.
Roland Martin is fixed to come up. This tournament, he's got to have 19 pounds and 5 ounces to tie Rick Clunn, who was here a moment ago. Anything over than that, he wins. Anything less than 19.5, he falls to second or below. But one other race he's competing for here is the Angler of the Year race with Larry Nixon, who's already weighed in. And as a result of that previous weight, he's also got to have at least 17 pounds, 6 ounces to tie Larry Nixon for the Angler of the Year. So keep in mind he's got to have 17 or 19, and we'll define it more clearly in just a minute. Here he is, folks. A nice welcome as he comes on. Roland Martin. All-time money went up. All-time Angler of the Year, man. Drain your water. Drain the water till it dribbles. Pull it off. As long as the stream's a steady stream, we got to let it drip. Now she's down to a drip. Now put her on the scale. Roland don't want to weigh water. He can catch fish too easy. You got to have 19 pounds and 5 ounces to tie Clunn. He has tied Clunn for this tournament with 19 pounds, 5 ounces, but he has pulled ahead of Larry Nixon for the Angler of the Year race. All right, hold it. Let me caution you on something. What about the other weight, Harold? I want to tell you a technicality here. Roland's ticket, let me see that ticket, the clipboard. Roland has 7 bass. This is very unusual. 1 bass is dead. As a result, there will be a 2-ounce penalty for that. As a result, the official weight will be 19 pounds and 3 ounces. Roland, that fish you have killed, you can count the fish you've killed in your tournament career on one hand.
Well, it wasn't that one. It was the 10-pounder I lost about an hour ago. That was demoralizing. I just caught about a 5-pound bass on a little crankbait. I had real sharp hooks and I was using 10-pound line, cranking some rocks down the east end of the lake. And I needed one more fish for the limit. So I said I'd caught a couple 5-pounders there the first day, and I had about an hour or so to fish. So I was cranking that ledge, and all of a sudden this big fish hit, and I thought I was hung on the rocks, and it just shook its head. It finally just came up and wallered. He was 10 or 11 pounds, and I knew I'd probably lost the tournament there.
Well, you actually tied, and then that one fish, they quit breathing.
Well, there'll be another day.
It's over. Rick Clunn has just won the Florida Invitational, and Roland Martin has just won his unprecedented 9th Bass Angler of the Year crown. The 1985 Road to the Classic has made its last stop. And for the 35 bass anglers on the 1985 tournament trail, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and the 1985 Bassmasters Classic is the next stop. We'll be taking you there next week, so don't miss it. It's a classic ending. For the Bassmasters, this is Ray Scott.